What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. In this video today, I want to talk about a couple of things. At the time I'm making this video right now, E3 is literally 2 weeks away. Lots of news is being leaked, trailers are being dropped, hype is being passed around. It's getting crazy right now. We got Destiny 2, we got Far Cry, we got Red Dead Redemption actually got delayed. We got so much going on, Project Scorpio, and I want to talk about a couple of those things in this video here. So, the three main things that I want to talk about is Far Cry 5. I also want to talk about Project Scorpio, and I also want to talk about Red Dead Redemption being delayed until next year, and it also not being at E3. So, starting off as number one, I want to talk about Far Cry 5. Now, okay, let me give you guys a bit of a backdrop on my Far Cry, my history with the franchise. Okay, so I first started off with the first Far Cry. I believe it was on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Didn't really too much care for it. I'm not sure if I played the second one, but I definitely played the third one, and I beat it twice, or I beat it once. The third game, it was really good. I thought it was great. The main character was a bit of a bitch, but aside from him, I thought the game was actually pretty acceptable. Played Far Cry 4, was a pretty great game, never got around to finishing it, and now we're at Far Cry 5. Now, the only game I really finished in the series was 3, and I played 4, and I never played Primal. I thought the game was just fucking weird. I mean, I gave them props for trying something new, but at the same time, don't nobody want to play as a caveman, bro. Like, nobody wants to play as a caveman. So that was just that was a giant miss for me. But, aside from that, Far Cry 5 looks pretty good. I'm really getting that Western feel. Like, it really is. I was wondering, too, like, Far Cry has always been about you being dropped on some island with no guns and nothing, and you're just surrounded by enemies, and you have to kill animals to survive. You gotta eat and all that. Just a survival kind of game. And with Far Cry 5, this game looks a lot like Red Dead Redemption. And it looks a lot like the vibe I'm getting from this game, from what I've seen, is I'm getting a Ghost Recon Wildlands kind of feel, along with Red Dead Redemption, and a little bit of just that. Yeah, I'd say that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this game. It's really it's taking off the shackles that the series has had so long, and I think now it's kind of leaning more towards a open style of game. Like, it's really taking a different turn, and I like that. I really do. A lot of people are complaining about some of the their own religious beliefs, and how the game is portraying white Christian males as okay. I'm not gonna get into that, but pretty much people are crying and complaining. I'm staying far away from that, because it seems like we're now at a time where gamers want to be upset about something. It's like they always want to find a reason to cry, to complain, to just all the time. Like, it just seems like it never fails. Gamers always want to cry. So I'm just going to go ahead and stay away from that. But pretty much, yeah, the game looks good. They are definitely moving. It just really gives me that Ghost Recon Wildlands feel. And hopefully that, this game will be good. I didn't really like Ghost Recon Wildlands, but I'm hoping that this game will actually be pretty decent. It's open world, and, I just can't wait to see what this game has in store for us. Luckily, we're going to see more at E3, so there's that. Now, moving on, the next game I want to talk about is Red Dead Redemption being delayed until fucking next spring 2018. I mean, a lot of people keep saying, you should have saw this coming. Okay, this is Rockstar. They did the same thing with Red Dead Redemption. They did the same thing with GTA 5, and they did the same thing with GTA Online. You should have expected this. I mean, I guess so, but it's like, am I wrong for hoping that they wouldn't have done this? Like, I mean, I really was hoping to get this game in November. Like, I was set on it, but it got delayed. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is ride it out till 2018. And I mean, I'm banking on a March release date. I can see it being like March 18th or March 28th or something like that. But yeah, the game looked good. We only have one trailer to go off of, and from what I've seen, it just looked like a really clean game. The game just looked polished. Not much really to say on it. I mean, all we know is that it's a prequel, and I'm not even sure if we know if that's true. So as far as we know, the game is just it's just a blank canvas. It's just a Red Dead Redemption game, and we are excited for it, which is it's pretty understandable. It's a good game. The first game was really good, so it's only normal that the second game will be great. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 getting delayed, it really sucks. But I mean, we're now at a point where games always get delayed. It's nothing new. I mean, you know, that was going to be a very strong contender for Game of the Year, but at the same time, you know, we still got other good games coming out this year. We have plenty of games. So enough of that. Moving on next to Microsoft's Project Scorpio. Now, okay, this was something that when I first heard it, I was like, why do I care? Like, who cares? It's Xbox. They're not doing anything innovative, so why would I care? And I actually took a look back. You know, I kind of reevaluated things as time went on. I started to see more of the things that Microsoft is doing, and I gotta say, man, I'm on their side. Okay, I'm not a fanboy. Okay, before I get into this, I just want to say now that I don't even own an Xbox One. I have a PC and a PS4. All right, I do not own an Xbox One or a One S for that matter. But not even the 360. I got rid of my 360. I gave it to my mom, so I don't even have an Xbox anymore. But yeah, Project Scorpio. I just didn't see the hype, okay? I'm just like, okay, it's another Microsoft console. They got no games anyway, so what does it matter? I don't really see the point of getting this. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I've already been playing most of my games on PlayStation as it is. What is the point? But you know what? Like I said, I looked back. I started kind of like I started to notice a lot of things. Now, I feel that Microsoft is pro-consumer all the way. They care about the consumer 100%. And I think that Sony does not. I mean, I really feel like Sony just does not care. They do not give a rat's ass. And the reason why I think that is because let's look at the trend this generation, all right? People have been crying for backwards compatibility for so long on PlayStation, okay? People want it. I would like to see it. People have been asking for this for so long. I remember when the PS4 Pro first got debuted, everybody was saying, wow, really? This is it? All we wanted was backwards compatibility. Why couldn't we get that? And I know why there's not any backwards compatibility. I read somewhere that the system, pretty much it's going to cost too much and the investment isn't worth it, is what they pretty much are going at. And like I said, if you just look at the two, you get backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, okay? And they're adding games every other week or every other month. They're just always constantly adding games. Sony, they give you PlayStation Now, okay? And for those of you who don't know, PlayStation Now is pretty much a streaming service where you can play all of your old games. You know, PS3 games. Now keep in mind, I said it's a streaming service. It's not an actual service where you can just pop your game into your PlayStation 4, you know, your old PS3 game, and it'll automatically work. No, it is a streaming service. You literally pay to play old games. Okay, you're literally, I think the 3-month is around $40 or $20-something, and it's a membership. Okay, you pay for this membership and you have access to stream old games, and if you don't have your internet, you can't play these games. So if you know you pay for this membership and your internet goes out that same exact day, you're screwed. Okay, you're flat out screwed. And to me, what is so disgusting is the fact that they're making people pay to play old games they already have. That is so annoying. And the fact that it's streamed, so you're not even getting you're getting streaming quality when you play these games. You're not even getting the actual legitimate native quality of playing them. You're getting streamed quality, and that just really bugs me. Okay? And then you also have features, and this is kind of nitpicking, I'll admit, but still, all the same, there's no reason why Sony should not have this. Why? Oh, and another thing, on backwards compatibility, you can literally just pop your disc in on your Xbox One and it will work, okay? It will flat out just work, unlike, you know, Sony. Another thing is, why it's 2017, why can't people change their names yet on PlayStation Network? Like, why isn't that a feature? I mean, really, it's 2017. Why can't people do that? It's beyond me. I don't really get it. It's really weird. But yeah, you know, it just seemed, and then another thing with the PS4 Pro, this is the last thing I'm going to harp on before I actually start talking about the Scorpio itself, but this is just kind of like a comparison between the two. what kind of irritates me was kind of like the whole unveiling of the PS4 Pro. I mean, we heard, I want to say back in April or a little bit earlier than then, back in 2016, that there was something called the PS4K or the PS 4.5 or the PS4 Neo. It was a bunch of leaks. We didn't know what it was, but we were just kind of interested in it. And then I want to say it was a couple of weeks before E3, Andrew House, which is the president, oh, not the president, he is the, I can't think of his position, but he's pretty much high up there in Sony. Shuhei is the president of Sony Interactive Entertainment. But before I get ahead of myself, yeah, Andrew House pretty much said, hey, look, the PS4K or the PS4 Neo, it's actually a thing, but it's not going to be at E3 because we're not ready to show it. And it's like, wow, really? You kind of dropped the ball, because I feel like if you're going to announce something, it needs to be at E3. Like, you guys just were not prepared for this. I feel like E3 is show and tell for all of your new fancy equipment. And this is known to gaming companies. If you have anything you want to show, you need to do it at E3 if you can, because everybody's going to watch it. And here's the thing, okay? Even if everybody doesn't watch it, a hardcore gamer such as myself watches it, and I will go somewhere else and have a conversation with someone about E3, and that word of mouth spreads, okay? I talk to someone else in passing might hear it, the person I'm talking to may go back and talk to someone else about it, and the person who was in passing will tell someone else about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it spreads, and they just didn't even do that. They just kind of said, yeah, it's real, but like, yeah, whatever, we're not going to show it yet. And it was so vague. They didn't do anything on Twitter. They just didn't do anything. Like, it was so vague and out of nowhere. And then with and then they unveil it in September, and it's like no one really cared. Like, literally no one cared. There was a small majority of people who cared, and I can tell you that the PS4 Pro is not doing well. How do I know that? Because Sony has not been bragging about numbers. Usually they always go on stage and say, yes, well, we sold over 50 million PS4s, and we're doing very, very good. They have not done that. You have not heard them talk about PS4 Pro numbers at all, because it's not selling well at all. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of why the console is trash itself, because that's just a whole nother video in itself. But pretty much, it's a flop. And then you look at Microsoft, they have everything so well calculated. They went on E3 and said, all right, we got the Xbox One S, which is the new Xbox going forward, and we also have the Xbox Scorpio, which is coming out next year. Much more powerful, 4K, native 4K gaming, all this other stuff, and they give you that option. It's like, okay, you can get this now, or you can wait till later. A lot of people said, oh, well, they pretty much killed off the Xbox One S when they announced the new console. No, they didn't, because a lot of people are not gonna wait a whole year just to play games if they don't already have an Xbox. They want their Xbox, they can get it, and then get the new one when it comes out next year. It's a year later. I mean, it's not like it's going to be that expensive. And then they went on Digital Foundry, which was the smartest thing in the world to me, to unveil specs and pretty much show all the specs, because, the nerds like me like that kind of stuff. We want to see what this thing is rocking. And the Xbox Scorpio, leading into E3, and this is going to be the Xbox Scorpio talk from here on now. I'm going to stop pissing on PlayStation now. But the Xbox, Jesus Christ, the Xbox going into E3, I cannot get that out for some reason. It has the AMD FreeSync, which is great for all the screen tearing in a lot of these games. It also has Jesus Christ, I'm drawing blanks, native 4K gaming. It's actually more powerful. I think the GPU equivalent is close to a GTX 1070 or no, an RX 480, I believe. I'm not too sure about that. But I did a video on the specs if you want to see that. It's like somewhere on my channel. I'll probably put it in a link down below. But pretty much they did everything right. They went to Digital Foundry first, and Digital Foundry made multiple videos about it, which spread far across the video. And Digital Foundry is a very well-known YouTube channel who pretty much discusses all the tech. Like, they're the best when it comes to, just explaining console technology and things like that. So they did that, and then now, we got leading into E3, people have a certain expectation, and it's crazy because I find it amazing that a company like Microsoft, like, this is what I mean by when I say they're so pro-consumer, because they reached out to Digital Foundry, a YouTube channel. Like, I find that so crazy even now, and they're so confident that they flew I can't talk. They flew out the Richard Ledbetter, which is, he runs Digital Foundry. They flew him out, okay, to their headquarters and they showed him tech, and it's like, wow, they even gave him the Microsoft, I think it was like the Scorpio's processor or something like that. I don't know. It's really cool, all right? It's really cool. I'm amazed at how confident Microsoft is. I mean, they're just doing everything right. Pro-consumer, it has mods now for consoles. I mean, they're just doing so many things right. Now they have the feature where you can get refunds now for games. Like, as long as you played the game for over you can have up to 2 hours of gameplay, and you can return it if it's within 14 weeks of purchase. So they're doing everything right. The constant sales, and I know there's gonna be, oh, well, they got no exclusives. Let me tell you what Phil Spencer said, all right? And he's for those of you who don't know, Phil Spencer is the lead of Xbox. Let me tell you what he said. This actually impressed me, all right? He said, it was during an interview kind of on Xbox On, and the guy pretty much said, all right, so people who don't have an Xbox Scorpio or just an Xbox in general, would you recommend them to buy the S or just buy the Scorpio? Like, what do you recommend to someone who is looking to buy an Xbox console? And he legit said, if you're not sure, just wait for the games. Just wait till E3. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a very bold statement to make. But he just said, just wait for the games. Wait till you see games. If you're not sure, wait till you see games. And it's like, okay. Okay, round of applause for this man. Okay, and I mean, you know, again, I know there's what people say, Xbox ain't got no games. I've said it before, I'm not gonna lie, but then I thought about that as well. And here's the thing, Xbox does have games, okay? They have multiplats. I will admit, okay, they do need a Last of Us. They need a Horizon. They do need a Uncharted. You know, I feel like they really need that, because Gears and Halo cannot ride them forever. They cannot keep banking off that. They need a Horizon. They need a Gears. They need a Last of Us. They need an Uncharted. They need something, or a God of War, to just really skyrocket and to really show off that power of the Scorpio at E3. And, I mean, they have games because they have multiplats. And I'll be honest, like, okay, see, for me, I've never understood why PC gamers said that they have like better exclusives than consoles, because I feel like they really don't. I mean, to be honest, I mainly only use my PC for multi-platform games. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've never understood that argument, oh, well, Xbox doesn't have any games. PC doesn't either. All they have, if you're going mainly off exclusives, PC doesn't either, because what do they have? H1Z1, a game that's been in beta or alpha for like what? Since 2015. I'm not playing it trash. You got PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which looks decent, but it's still in beta. I don't play betas, bro. I do not buy them. No, I wait for the game to come out, then I purchase them. Every other exclusive, I don't play Dota, I don't play League, none of that crap. So it's like, how does it not have games? All right. I don't know, man. Project Scorpios is looking good every other day. I mean, it's right there, and it's right there with PC. I would say it's because, and Phil Spencer even said, this is the best. This console is gonna have the best looking and playing third-party games, and that's pretty much what a PC does. It has the best third-party games. So I'm starting to not really understand that Xbox has no games kind of joke now. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's it for this video. I've been going for like 18 minutes. I'm tired of talking. I think you're tired of listening to me as well. But that's it for this video. I talked about Far Cry, talked about Red Dead Redemption, talked about Project Scorpio going into E3 2017, and that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up because it really helps the channel grow. Also, be sure to share this video on your favorite social media platform, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.